bowling right arm over the wicket. His first season here with the Badgers. I've mentioned earlier that he's an ex-Keys boy. He played some white ball cricket for the Lions, and he also made his first class debut for the Badgers earlier this season since moving down from Johannesburg. And he opens with a wide that's signalled by umpire Wimpy Nel. He's officiating at the Freda Street end of the ground, and some female flavour. On this, the commentary box end, we've got Stacey Lakay. So the Rhinos off the mark with a wide from Mpumalanga. The two teams have met each other here earlier this season in a 4-day match, which the Badgers convincingly won by an innings, but today it's a different kettle of fish.
It's a totally different game. A very competitive Mpumalanga team here on show today. They've also been consistent in their team selections.
And that's a dot ball. Momberg is on the money as he walks back, wearing the number 8 jumper. And that number 8 is because he played in that famous number 8 jersey for his school's first rugby team. Unfortunately, that specific year, due to COVID, there was not the showcase of young talent in South Africa called the Craven Week. And he will come back and bowl what's hopefully to be his second legitimate ball of the over. It's airborne, it's protection out wide, and some work to do for Yasin Valley. Down to third man, and they pick up a couple, taking the score to 3 without loss.
Quite a lot of width on offer there for Zach. You'll definitely feel that he missed out on that. It's an opportunity to get the first boundary of the match there.
Yeah, I referred to the humdinger on Wednesday in Witrifuur, calling, of course, Umalahleni. Mpumalanga batted first. They scored 179 for 6, and the Knights replied by 182 for 6 to win by 4 wickets with 1 ball to spare. Momberg runs in, and it's another, no, there was some pads on that, so it's not adjudicated a wide. And I've mentioned specifically the batting performance of Ruan Hasbrook, who's also been around the block for quite a while. He played for the Lions, the Northwest Dragons, the Mpopo, and for the Northern Cape Heat. He's now in Bloemfontein, Central South Africa. He made 76 of 36 balls. So Momberg will run in, and he will bowl to Cathrados on strike. And that's another wide. Momberg missing his line there, and through to the keeper.
Slightly starting off his lines a little bit straight, too straight. He's getting the ball to go into the right hander. I think he'll be well served just to adjust his starting point just slightly outside off to get it back onto the stumps.
I think Momberg will be quite chuffed with the opportunity being presented to take the new ball, which in my view is his best option. To start with the new ball as he runs in. Nice action, and that one is hit away. That one will go all the way. It's a massive hit into the street. Well, that was right into the arc of Kathrala, and the maximum for the opening batter.
Not the worst ball Zach Momberg has bowled so far this afternoon. Zach identified a little bit of length for him to be able to free his arms. I think with his batting pair, we do expect them to go pretty hard at it. Zach Kathrala's opening partner, Gareth Jukes, who's an all-rounder, and he's been entrusted with the opening role in this T20 format, in this competition this year.
Yeah, Kathrala is quite a seasoned campaigner. He made his debut in the 2013-14 season, and as the ball has been recovered from the Freda Street, he has played 18 matches in this format with a highest score of 68 not out, and that was of course for Mpumalanga against the Eastern Cape and Yati this very same season. So he's in fine form with the bat, and Mombo will walk back.
Yeah, we'll wait a little bit longer for Manele to get back onto the field. We had to walk all the way around through the main gate.
Yeah, that's a proper fetch of a cricket ball. I said it was right into the street. It's quite a big hit.
Yeah.
And Momberg, the ball has been recovered. He's ready to run in with a score 10 without loss. Already 2 wides bowled in this over. And then this maximum from Zak Kathrada. Oh, that's a much better delivery. Short of a length and just defensively negotiated by Kathrada.
Much better length and line there. Probably just started around 4th to 5th stump, shaping into the right and just tuck them out a little bit.
Yeah, if we look at the batting lineup of the Rhinos, all their top order batters are right-handers.
Yeah, they do not have any left-handers in their top order.
Oh, that's a great delivery, beating the outside edge of Kathrada's bat. End of the over. Solid start for the Rhinos, 10 without loss, courtesy of that big maximum that was hit by Kathrada. And Jason, we mentioned the weather. This is a proper Oudtshoorn day, 37 degrees outside, and I can tell you when we were out there, it was quick sweating.
It is pretty balmy. You don't want to be out on the field for too long. You want to get it over and done with as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the average first inning score here is 114. The record will also tell you, as you correctly said earlier, the last 19 matches that were played here, the team that the batting second win out of 12 out of that 19 occasions, and the team batting first 7. Well, it's obviously when you can put up a good score here, it's always great to defend, but I don't think the wicket will have really any impact on whether you bat first or second here.
No, the wicket looks great. It shouldn't have that much of an impact whether you're batting first or second. I think it will just depend on how well you bowl, especially in the middle overs. In the power play, you know, guys are always going to travel.
So it's a left-arm orthodox spinner, Liam Alder, with one slip in position, running in. Oh, and Alder's got the wicket of Dukes. A brilliant delivery. Breakthrough for Alder. A magnificent delivery, Jason.
Great start there from Elder. Gareth Jukes looking for the one to spin away from him. Elder gets it to straighten and goes straight on with the arm.
Yeah, that's a big wicket. That's a big wicket. Dukes, interestingly enough, he made his debut here for the then called Southwestern today for the Gardenwood Badgers. Batter, and today he was dismissed with the very first ball from Liam Alder, and like the opening bowler from the Freda Street end, both Alder and Momberg was products of the King Edward VII School in Johannesburg. You're quite familiar with that area?
Very, very familiar. That's home. And we've got another King Edward VII School alma mater in Mohammed Mayet walking out to the crease.
Yeah, it's the captain, Mohammed Mayet, will come into bat. Breakthrough for the Badgers. The first wicket with a score on 10. A first baller for Gareth Dukes, as he's been dismissed by Liam Alder, and now Dukes has departed. He was in quite destructive form on Wednesday against the Knights. He made 47 of 24 deliveries, and the same Mohammed Mayet was on 39 not out from 44 in that same match where the Rhinos reached 179 for 4. That match, of course, was played in White River, and Alder will continue bowling from the commentary box end to Mohammed Mayet. Very conventional field, We've got a mid-wicket and a long on the boundaries. The two players outside the circle during the power play. Punches, just wide of a diving Liabona Malefi. There's some work that needs to be done, but that ball will run away for 4. And I think it's quite encouraging to see the firmness and the speed of the outfield.
Yeah, batters will get value for their runs there.
Outside the circle during the power play. Punches, just wide of a diving Liabona Malefi. There's some work that needs to be done, but that ball will run away for 4. One that was just short of a length, and he immediately executed a great shot. Airborne, catch taken, 2 wickets for Alder, the deposit, and that's a departure of Mohamed Mayet. Catch taken there.
Manentele completes that catch, and Mo Mayet will be disappointed with that shot.
He will be extremely disappointed.
There's no one's
Work that needs to be done, but that ball will run away for 4. One that was just short of a length, and he immediately executed a great shot. Airborne, catch taken, 2 wickets for Alder, the deposit. Yeah, Alder, of course, formerly played for the South Africa under-19 team. He participated in international tours and tournaments, and as I've said earlier, he joined the Garden Route Badgers in the beginning of the 2024-25 season after he spent time with the neighbours in Kabeja with the Warriors. And great over from Alder. Well, 3 deliveries, wicket, boundary, wicket. And the new batter is Benjamin van Niekerk. Now he is also a very, very destructive batter. Benjamin van Niekerk, he played 19 matches in this format, obviously all of them for the Rhinos, and he's got a very, very good strike rate of 125, which is wide. Worked for Ruan Terblans, who runs away to his left from long off. He's got a strong arm and he does the fielding. It's also great to see the father of Ruan Terblans earlier today in the crowd. Pavilion, came all the way from Durban Row in the Western Cape to support Ruan, obviously an ex-Polros Gymnasium cricketer, and SA 19. Alder in to Van Niekerk. Oh, it's through to the keeper. Score 12 for 2.
That will create doubt in the batter's mind. He's going to want to spin there just outside off.
No slip in position. He's a player that was born in 1998 in Durban in KwaZulu-Natal, and more significantly, he also joined the Durban Heat in the Mzansi Super League, and he later went on to represent the Dolphins. An exciting prospect, and he will bowl to Kathrada, who's on 8, fairly into Kathrada. Hit hard, that's 4, that's a magnificent shot. It's a long chase, no, it will not be 4. What a chase there from Ruan Terblans, and they will come back for a 3rd. It's not often that you see 3 runs running here at a recreation ground nowadays. It's quite a big outfield, and Kathrada pick up 3. Kathrada middles it beautifully, and that will bring Benjamin van Niekerk on strike.
He started out well, 11 from 7. What was great to see with that previous delivery is that big chase given by the captain George van Geer that didn't give up on that. Saved 1 for his team.
Thank you for correcting me. It was Van Heerden and not Ruan Treblans. Oh. Jump there, just over the head of the flying slip, and 1 run added to the total. It was Liabona Malif who jumped there. A lot of confidence put in his troops by coach Lotley Sisele. Swing and a miss, and through to the keeper Nathan Engelbrecht.
With again on offer there, Zach. Just not getting close to that. I think for Coach Lotley Sisele, with the selection, when the team is doing well, it makes life easy for you as a coach to do selection. The team has been pretty consistent in their performances.
Yeah, very consistent, although they would be very keen to get this one over the line. Clearly in, not properly connected, it will fall in no man's land. Work for Liabona Malifi, they will come back for the second, and I think Pele will feel that he was the better off with that delivery.
Kafra didn't have the length for him to be able to head that out onto the leg side.
Yeah, it's the first one which Katrada missed here today.
And didn't get into position early enough to execute that.
Thanks for that. Pele in. Now there's also some other cricket around the globe, and more specifically South Africa is playing in the decisive match in the Iqbal Stadium against Pakistan. The series is at 1-1 today is the decider, and South Africa is batting first. They are currently 87 for 2 after 19 overs, with Quinton de Kock on 44 not out from 54 deliveries. Oh, that's another good delivery from Pele, beaten by pace there.
Yeah, he gets to the batter quicker than the batter actually expects. Quite skiddy off the wicket there.
So it's 3 overs gone, the total now 22 for 2. Good over from Pele.
Great over from that, only conceding 6 from that over. And you feel he's created 2 opportunities with a miscue out to third man, and also that last ball where he rushed the batter.
Alder in to Fikak. Great delivery from Alder. He's a dangerous player in white ball cricket.
He's a very dangerous bowler.
But Fikak, on the other hand, can also be very dangerous with the willow in hand. Short. Very lucky to get away with a dot ball there. Good fielding on the circle by Al Jacobs. He took a brilliant catch last week in Kimberley on that very same position from the bowling of Zach Mombach. Great bowling from Alder, beating the outside edge of the bat. Jason, any thoughts on the first slip? With the left-hander in Kimberley on that very same position from the bowling of Zach Mombach. Great bowling from Alder.
With the arm, it will be worth a shout to get that catch in.
Stacey Lakay, the umpire at the Queen's Riverside northern end of the ground, which is also the commentary box edge.
Okay, on that occasion he gets one just to slide on with the arm. And the case for a slip is pretty strong, considering that both batters are not looking to take him on.
To the pocket, just ahead of front of square, and it's worked by the big man Heath Richards, who runs in, does the fielding. 1 run added to the total. We will later probably See the big Keith Richards in action batting at number 3. Jason, you coached him as an under 18 boy.
Yeah, very destructive hitter.
But he's in the field patrolling the mid-wicket boundary. Elder to Kathrada. Across the line, into the gap, that's a magnificently executed shot. One bounce, great shot by Kathrada.
Right into the over there by Zach Kathrada. Got to the pitch of that one, allowed them to be able to access the leg.
In the field, patrolling the mid-wicket boundary. Elder to Kathrada. Across the line, into the gap, that's a magnificently executed shot. One bounce. Right.
Getting to the pitch. That's exactly on the occasion.
So 27 for 2. 2 overs left in the power play. And interestingly enough, we will see another bowling change from the Freeler Street end. It's Monlin Ngubezi, also back 3 wickets last week in Kimberley. It's also a product of KwaZulu-Natal, and he will runs in to bowl to Benjamin van die Kerk. One into the right-hander. Work for Liam Alder at mid-wicket, will not prevent a single.
I think it's been good to see these young bowlers in the Badgers team getting extended runs in the team to showcase their skills this season. And they have not disappointed.
Ngubezi into Kathrada. Wide. Ooh, that was hit like a train. That's 4 runs. Just wide of backward point for 4. Great shot, Zakatrova.
Yeah, another one where width is on offer. This allows him to free his arms. We welcome them this season. And they have not disappointed.
Ngubezi into Kathrada. Wide. Ooh, that was hit like a train. That's 4 runs. Just wide. Oh, great comeback from Ngubezi. Jason, your take on the decision by the captain to ring the changes? First 1 over to Momberg, a very good over by Kelly, and then replacing by Ngubezi from the Freeler Street end.
I think it allows for when you're doing this well, when you were 27 for 2 after 4, it allows for you to be able to get other bowlers into the game quickly enough.
This one is hammered. Elder dives to the right, stops it. No, that's not Elder. That is Yasin Vali, one of the 3 ex-Kes boys in this Garden Route Badgers lineup. Vali, Momberg, and of course Liam Elder. 2 of them played in Sunday 19. Vali and Elder. Ngubezi in. That's another swing. Delivery from Monlin Ngubezi. He arrived here at the beginning of the season, and Jason, as the season progressed, he certainly is growing a lot of confidence.
He's certainly grown in confidence. I think getting an extended run in the side in this competition has certainly helped.
Yeah, Kathrada's intentions are very clear. He wants to hit it, and he wants to hit it hard.
Anything with width, he's going to throw ends, not going to hold back.
Firmly driven straight. There will be work out there. Zach Momberg runs around towards his left. He covered a good 25 meters. Tidy fielding, 1 run added to the total. 5 overs gone, 33 for 2. Pretty even, Stephen. I think the Badgers will be quite happy with where they currently sit.
I think at the moment the Badgers are shading it slightly. 33 for 2. And they'll be looking to get a 3rd wicket in this power play to be firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, and as expected, 2 overs given to Liam Alder. Picked up 2 wickets, and the bowling change from the commentary box with Banele Pele, who will bowl his 2nd over. He was pretty tidy in his first over, he only conceded 6 runs. He runs in and He's got the informed batter on strike, Kathrada. And that castled him! A magnificent delivery from Pele. That's a big wicket for the Badgers.
Great call again from the skipper. Changing Pele around from the first street end into a commentary side end. And he strikes first ball of the 6th over.
He runs in and he's got the informed batter on strike, Kathrada. And that castled him! Clearly, the Southern 19 players, there are actually 4 on the park today that played the Southern 19. It is Vali, Yassine Vali, Leon Albert, as well as Zach Monbarse. All 3 of the Badgers players played the Southern 19. And then also, of course, the captain of the Mpumalanga Rhinos, Mohamed Mayet, that played the Southern 19. So it's quite, always interesting to notice the pipeline of players that's currently playing in Division 2, represented SA 19. Of course, the former SA 19 captain George van Heeren is also on the side, and the same is applicable to Herman Rolfes and Aubrey Swanepoel, so we can continue naming them. Benny Hansen is not on the park, he's also a Garden Badgers contracted player, the same as to Tyrese Carlson. And then Peko Moletsane is also carrying the drinks today. He also played in Under 19, as well as, of course, Ruan Terblans. But Pele will bowl, and the new batter that comes in is Herman Rolfes. And we spoke about him, Pretoria boy. He also played in Under 19. He's on strike. He was one of the 2 players who did not play. Come to that now. Just watch this delivery, a short one, straight to the fielder. Good fielding there. Rolfes and John Henderson were both injured in the 4-day game, but they're back in action here today. And Rolfes, of course, is a very dangerous white ball player.
He's a very good all-round player.
Not a very healthy average, but a strike rate of 116. He will be a player that they will need to look out for. Good delivery, and that's a magnificent shot from Rolfes over pitch, and he hits that one through extra cover for 4. Good shot, Herman Rolfes.
Overpitched on that occasion by Neletele. Rolfes won't miss out on that. And
average, but a strike rate of 116. He will be a player that they will need to look out for. Good delivery, and that's a magnificent shot from Rolfes over pitch, and he hits that one through extra cover for 4. Ewald Brewers, AB de Villiers, Rassie van der Dussen, to mention a few, and of course Faf du Plessis. Work from Momberg as he runs around from the 3rd man boundary. He will pick up, but it will not prevent a couple. Important breakthrough for Banele Pele, the wicket of Zach Kathrada.
on that wicket puts them firmly in control of this game. Mpumalanga will look to rebuild at this stage, make sure that they do not get bogged down in the middle phase.
Still plenty of cricket to be played.
Yes, definitely.
And Rolfes on strike. He had a beautiful boundary earlier today. Whew, beaten. Great delivery from Taylor. There's some grass cover there, Jason, when you were there earlier with the toss. And
yes, definitely.
And Rolfes on strike. He had a beautiful boundary earlier today. Whew, beaten. Great delivery from Taylor.
As you see, Taylor there gets one just to hold this line. He's now outside edge. It will be a good contest between bat and ball.
Straight work for Richards. Big man, he dives towards his left. And well fielded, but he will not prevent a single. We spoke about it earlier, and when we look at the average score here. Now, if we can talk about, let's talk about post-COVID, with the introduction of the revised domestic system. Quality in the facility here has improved dramatically. And I know that the average score here is 130, but you will agree with me, specifically in the late 3 or 4 seasons, we can say that 155 maybe is the average score here. And we also saw here that chasing it's not a challenge here. Great to see Momberg back into action.
I think when teams have come here and looked at that average score of 130 to 140 and thought, okay, that's what we need to get, they found themselves a little bit short. As you rightfully said, over the last 4 or 5 years, the scores have gotten a little bit higher because the wickets are playing much better now.
Yeah, compliment to the groundsman here. He would like to be called Mr. Marco Donson and not Marco Donson. He did a great job with his team. Momberg running in. Beating one between the stumps and the bat through. Now Momberg, of course, he was born in 2004 and he grew up in a family that appreciates sports with cricket in the central part of their lives. And he seems to enjoying it here, the nightlife here in Oudtshoorn. It's quite quiet. He can focus on his cricket.
Very quiet. I think it makes the town makes for a focused young man.
Absolutely, he's a young man, very competitive, fierce competitor. And he runs in 2 balls to Rolfes. That one's wide. The 3rd wide put down by Momberg.
Just lost his radar a little bit on that occasion. But if you look at the first delivery of this over that he bowled, got there to do something off the wicket. There's definitely still some assistance on offer here for the seamers if you're hitting the right lengths with good energy behind the ball.
Tall man. Straight to run to glance at mid-wicket. Does the fielding and he will prevent any addition to the total. 41 for 3. It's, as I've mentioned, still plenty of cricket to be played. But the badges, besides a few wides, the bowls, quite a disciplined outfit. Good fielding. Obviously Kathrala was in demolishing form. He had a few big ones here today. And badges it well to pull things into context at 41 for 3. Captain George van Heerden. Momberg in. Straight to the Blanche. He dives towards his left. He's up quickly. Does the fielding. Good glove work by Nathan Engelbrecht.
Great fielding there. The mid-wicket region there by everyone.
Now it's great to see Ron de Blanche back into action. It's his 3rd season here with the Oudtshoorn-based franchise. After moving from Boland, he suffered ankle injuries and underwent surgery in each of his first 2 seasons. So yeah, the young man who hails from Durbanville and was educated at Pulver's Gymnasium will be quite happy with his form and to be in action this season. Hit. It's work for Richards. He's got a strong arm. It will come back. And there's an opportunity there for a run out. Work from Richards.
And great call there from Van Niekerk.
Yeah, very good call. Because although Richards is a great hitter of a cricket ball, and I should say a golf ball, he's also got a very educated right arm. And he can throw it like a rocket. Good comeback over from Momberg. Besides the wide, you'll be quite happy with the way that he found his targets.
It's been a good over, guarded right, as you mentioned. I think all the bowlers can be proud of how they've operated in this first 7 overs.
Yeah, I must also compliment the captain, George van Heerden. He is the white ball captain of this, they call themselves the men in green these days. bowling straight to Blanche, but he will not prevent a single. It's a bit deeper this time. Good bowling from Homburg. Completed over number 7, the score 44 for 3. And Carl Jacobs hails from Galvindale in Eastern Province. He will continue from the commentary box end. I think what will be his first over and over number 8 in the innings of the Mpumalanga Rhinos, which is like to draw your attention to the match in Pakistan. South Africa batting first in the 25th over. They are currently 162. Quinton de Kock is on 53 not out from 68 deliveries. 2 men to go with 100 Tories who made 39, and Tony de Zorzi 2. And the captain Matthew Bretska is currently batting with Quinton de Kock. So we will keep you updated on that series decider between South Africa and Pakistan. It's taking place in Pakistan, of course. So Carl Jacobs, great all-rounder.
Quite a fierce competitor in this short format. Loves his bowling, backs it.
Rolfes is on strike. The old Affie's boy. Work for Leabona Malefi, who runs in from mid-wicket. He does the fielding. Council Asian School, as they call, just obviously down the road from the great Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria. Former headmaster there, was a South African rugby captain, played in 2 test matches in 1980 against South America, a man called Dr. Pierre Edwards. But nevertheless, we're back in Oudtshoorn, where Carl Jacobs is running in to bowl to Van Niekerk, who's on strike. Cut into the gap. It's work for Mondi Kobezi, who's sweeping and protecting the boundary underneath the scoreboard here at the recreation ground. Carl Jacobs, his 3rd season here with the Badgers. He hails, as I said, from Galvindale. Fierce competitor, running into bowl to Rolfes, who's on 10 not out. Ball.
Rolfes has been quite assured in his movements from the first ball that he's faced. It will be very important for Mpumalanga Rhinos that he bats deep into this innings if they're going to get any score of substance.
There's work for Kobezi and a little bit of misfield, but there's no damage to that. Second last ball of the over. Short, pulled. Well, that is great work from Leabona Malefi. And he's down. Now he's up again. He's a great fielder. Leabona Malefi, of course, is one of the products of the Cricket South Africa Hub program. He was educated at George High School and he became part of the Rosemore Hub. Jacobs would like to exit this over without too much damage. I don't think he will mind the single. End of the over. 8 overs bowled, 49 for 3. Now if we look at the current lock standings in Division 2, the Knights, they've been relegated last season. They've played 4, they won 3, they're on 14 points. In second place, also on 14 points, is the Eastern Cape and Yardie, and the Knights ahead of them by virtue of the better net run rate. Although between the two teams, the Eastern Cape and Yardie has obviously defeated the Knights. Both the Badgers and the Rhinos are played 3 matches. The Badgers played 3, they had 8 points, and the Rhinos played 3, they had 6 points. So this is more or less the middle of the table clash as we watch Momberg, who runs in. He will bowl over number 9, he will bowl his third over, and on strike is Herman Rolfes. Into the gap, that one will run away for 4. Rolfes quickly on the short delivery, he pulls it in front of square, pyramid wicket for 4. Good execution.
They start to go over there, but Rolfes, you would have faced a lot of those.
And on strike is Herman Rolfes. Into the gap, that one will run away for 4. Rolfes quickly on the can he bounce back? It's also the 50 up for the Rhinos in the 9th over. So it's not properly connected. Didn't properly deal with the pace of Momberg there. Flat back to mid on and 1 run added to the total. And that is, of course, Banele Tele is patrolling the long on down. Fikak hasn't had much strike. He's on 13 from, he's on 8 from 13 balls. He's normally a player that bats it around the ball. Jason?
Yeah, normally he gets going pretty quickly. Strikes at 100 and above. The Badgers have done well to keep him quiet.
Momberg running in. Square, the onside. Feeling is done. 1 run added to the total, taking the total to 55 for 3 into the 9th over. And well, the little bit of statistics that I kept is at 52. It's normally 52 for 2, the average power play score here at this ground. So it tells you that the Badgers' decision to have a bowl first currently sits well in the mind of the players, the coach, and the captain George van Heerden. Momberg in to Rolfes. Well, there's a chat out there in front of the scoreboard. Carl Jacobs, he's taking some liquids. It's a very hot day. It's 37 degrees outside commentary box. It's not in the 40s that we can used to get here, but I can tell you that the players will need to take in some liquid from time to time.
Definitely need to stay hydrated.
Down to 3rd man. The big man Heath Richards is down, 3rd man picks it up, and 1 run added to the total. And Momberg conceded 22 in 2.5 overs, and he would like to exit this his 3rd over without too much damage. But he will have to contain the dangerous Herman Rolfes.
It seems like his plan to Rolfes this over has been to test him out on the short ones. He's conceded 1 boundary from that, then 2 singles.
That is a great delivery from Momberg. What a way to end the over by the young man.
Great way to end the over. I think Rolfes might have expected a short one, but his feet stuck in the crease there.
Good plans.
On the short ones. He's conceded 1 boundary from that, then 2 singles.
Last season, he was also the assistant coach of the Colts, the academy, and the Kaya Majola under 19 side. So Kyle Bravo Jacobs will continue to operate from the commentary box end of the ground. He only conceded 5 runs in his first over, and he will go to Benjamin Fikak. He's quite a dangerous batsman. We saw that.
It's quite dangerous, especially with width offered.
Strong man. This one is straight to Ruan Terblans. Just the fielding is on the long on boundary.
The measures have got their lines correct to Fanike. They've tucked him up, they've given him
I think Rolfes will aim the gap in the offside here. Will he provide himself with some room to execute this one? Back to the bowler. Tiny work from Kylie Jacobs. Third ball of the over. Short, hit, work for Liabona Malifi, not a very kind bounce there, but he did well to recover it. And a word of encouragement from the crowd, shouting, "Well done, Bona."
Definitely well done with that funny bounce right in front of him. Rolfes hit that one hard onto the leg side.
In the gap, it is work. This is Maneli Pele, who's done the fielding, and what was a single will remain a single. Jacobs, Rolfes, more aggressive batter after two. Same shot, same result. Work for Pele, and it's only a single.
Great plans here from the captain, Carl Jacobs. He's bowling to his field. He's a great asset to have in any T20 team to bowl in the middle overs. He doesn't consider a lot of boundaries. Allows the captain to control the game.
And he's working and bowling according to the plans of his captain, George van Heerden. He won't mind the single because the field is set in such a way that there will always be a single. Another very economical over. 2 overs, 10 runs from Carl Jacobs in the middle overs. That's gold for the Badgers. So Liam Albert will bowl his third over from the Freda Street end of the ground, his first 2 overs, which he bagged 2 for 11, was from the commentary box end of the ground. I don't think it really makes a difference from where he bowls. He's one of those bowlers that adjust very quickly.
Shouldn't make too much of a difference.
And we will be keen to break this partnership, the best of the innings thus far, and with that single it's up to 30 runs for this, the 4th wicket between Herman Rolfes and Benjamin van Niekerk. Very conservative approach by these two, but also some very good bowling by the Badgers bowlers who ask the questions. In the pocket, they come back for a second, yes. Just wide of mid-wicket and 2 runs added to the total.
It's well played there from Rolfes. Well weighted with a shot, allowed him and Van Niekerk to complete an easy 2. I think at some point the Rhinos will start taking a few chances just to try.
That is a super shot. That's a magnificent shot executed by Rolfes, and that's a maximum. That is most probably the shot of the day. Inside eye, great shot.
That is definitely the shot of the day. I think at some point the Rhinos will start taking a few chances just to try.
That is a super shot. That's a magnificent shot executed by Rolfes. And Elder will take that half on the chin. He's a very competitive bowler, normally very hard on himself, actually economical, but compliments the great shot from Rolfes. And Rolfes has moved to 28. Elder to Rolfes. It's a quicker one. And they'll pick up a single.
Great batting there from Rolfes. Boundary and rotation to follow. Like I mentioned earlier, as soon as he walked out to the crease, he's looked very assured in his movements and his decision making.
Hit. His protection out there. It will only be a single. Great work there. In the deep and the mid-on. Long mid-on boundary. Long on boundary should I say. And one run added to a total 73 for 3. This partnership is now with 40 runs. So plenty of cricket to be played here. I say, slowly but surely, the Rhinos has clawed their way back into this match. Firmly hit.
At the end of the 11th, Rhinos are 74 for 3. Very good over from them. Tall from that over.
Yeah, it's a very expensive over. Carl Jacobs will continue from the commentary box end of the ground. He's been very economical. But besides the economical bowling, I think the Badgers will be aiming to break this partnership, which is worth 41 runs for the 4th wicket between Benjamin van Niekerk, who's on 15, and the aggressor Herman Rolfes, who is on 30 from 25 deliveries.
Opportunities will be created in the next few overs as the Rhinos look to push on. The Badgers will look to hold on to any that come their way.
Ball from Carl Jacobs. After this over, we will also update you on the other Division 2 T20 match that's underway today. It's between Eastern Cape and Yati and the Popo Impala. That match is played at Polokwane Cricket Club. On Wednesday it was raining there, but there's definitely play possible there today between the Rhinos and the Yati. Firmly hit in the gap, but for Ron Blondes does the fielding. It's only 1 run. Jacobs, very economical. I don't think he will mind that single. But they are also desperate to break this partnership between Rolfes and Van Niekerk. Airborne, and that will go all the way. No, to Blanche is underneath it. He takes the catch. That's the breakthrough. The departure of Van Niekerk for 15. An important wicket for the Badgers. As this partnership was about to threaten things here for the Badgers. Great bowling from Carl Jacobs and a good catch taken. Ruan Blanche, of course, got a very, very safe pair of hands, and you can see the delight there from Liabona Malifi, and it is 75 for 4.
And opportunities were always going to.
And Van Niekerk. Airborne, and that will go all the way. No, to Blanche is underneath it. He takes the catch.
Doesn't get enough distance to clear the long off boundary. And as we mentioned at the start of the over, there was always chances that are going to be taken by Mpumalanga to get the run rate pushed up a little bit. Because at the moment, they're going at 6.4 to the over.
And And in comes the very experienced Aubrey Swanepoel. Well, he played plenty of these type of cricket across all formats in his career, and he will join Rolfes, who's on 31. I can assume, take back to the four-day match, that there will be some chips flying around on the ground as Swanepoel takes guard. Well, while Swanepoel is taking guard, we want to move to the match at the Limpopo Impala against East Cape Yardley. Into the 12th over there, the Limpopo Impala is batting, and they're currently at 94 for 4. They just lost their 4th wicket. So very similar number of overs bowled. The difference, however, is that the Limpopo Impala is 20 runs off back to the Polokwane.
Al Jacobs with a slip in place now to Aubrey Swanepoel.
Oh, there's a call there. Great delivery from Carl Jacobs. He's been very impressive thus far.
Googly on that occasion, but wide of the stumps, and Swanepoel misses out. I think he would have wanted to get a wide one short outside off to start off, just to get himself going.
Ooh. There's a call there for leg before. Umpire Lakay is unmoved. It's a good shot from Jacobs and a good over. Jason to bowl over number 12.
Get a wide one short outside off to start off, just to get himself going.
Ooh. There's a call there for leg before. It's a good decision made by umpire Stacey Lakay. And that's the end of the 12 over 75 for 4. And Banele Trele will continue to operate from the Freda Street end of the ground. 8 overs still to go when we haven't seen Leabona Malifi in action.
It's a quite interesting call. Probably holding him back to bowl a couple of overs deep into the inning.
What do you make of that?
He's a skillful player. He's able to bowl in all phases of the game.
Feeling from his own bowling by Banele.
In some games, you don't need the other bowlers to bowl. When someone is going well, especially the way Carl Jacobs is bowling.
Carl Jacobs is massively impressive. And 100% right. No need to introduce Malifi yet. Trele in to Rolfes in 31. Another dot ball.
Putting the strangle here on the Rhinos, other badgers.
Well, not good news from Pakistan. We will look at that scorecard after the over. It's of course in the Iqbal Stadium. Good bowling from Banele Trele. Pick up a single there. South Africa has slumped to 106 for 2, 222 for 6. The Cock out for 53, Bretzke for 15, Herman for 1, Donovan Ferreira for 7, and Bosch and Fortuin. Oh, in fact, Bosch is also out for naught. The first bowler, he was bowled by Abrar Ahmed for naught, as we watch Banele Trele running in from the Freda Street end. Oh, it's a good bouncer. That's a great bouncer from Trele.
Great start there from Trele to Swanepoel, testing him out with a short one. Just making sure that Swanepoel is here with them.
I assume, as I said earlier, they always played in a great spirit. Maybe some chirps flying around. Pele to Swanepoel. Work for Alder, they will not prevent a single. Slowly but surely, some people, in spite of this heat, will come out here to the recreation ground. Not plenty of things to do in Oudtshoorn on a Saturday afternoon. And Swanepoel is 36 years of age. Look at his stats now. Great bowling from Wanele Pele. He's a seasoned campaigner. He played in more than 100 games across all formats. 137 first-class matches, 125 List A, and 104 T20 matches. So yeah, that's quite a lot of cricket. He's quite an experienced campaigner. Most of his cricket he obviously played for Brickell and West, Northern Cape, and the Eagles and Knights all those days. But a great over, 77 for 4. And bad news is that South Africa slumped to 122 for 7 against Pakistan. Remember, that is the series decider today. And you will see Swanepoel taking strike. And to bowl over number 14 from the commentary box end is the product from the hub system here in the southwestern districts, Diabona Malefi. And I can say it with confidence, Southwestern Districts Cricket has got one of the best operating hub programs in South Africa, and that is reflected at the Cricket South Africa operational scorecard. So Malefi will continue. Very good white ball player. Remember, he's currently keeping Peko Moretsamani out of the starting 11. 77 for 4. And that will not prevent a single. The badges, they kept you very tidy, Jason. Good running between the wickets, but I think with Carl Jacobs stationary when he fielded the ball, and that ball was hit firmly, the single was always on. Taking the score to 79 for 4. Rolfes is on 33.
I think the Badgers have been very good in terms of their fielding, their bowling,
executing their plans in all.
They've executed their plans very well. And they've kept even that partnership of 42 between Rolfes and Van Niekerk. Outside edge taken on that occasion.
That's a very welcome boundary by the Rhinos.
No slip in place on that occasion, and he gets more. I think up to this point, the Badgers will be happy with how they've performed in all departments on the field. Their disciplines have been good, and the bowlers have backed their captain's plans.
He conceded 7, short, hit, straight to the fielder. No run added to it. Oh, it's a bit of a misfield there.
Usually reliable, Wanele.
Single taken. Good call there from Swanepoel, who ran to the danger end. Protection out there on his knee. And that's the captain, George van Heerden. Overbowled. End of the over. By the Badgers standards, that's quite an expensive over from Diabona Malefi with that 4-run boundary. And the total now after 14 overs, 86 for 4.
I think introducing the bowler in the 14th over of the match for the first time into the game, there's always a chance that the batting team will try and put them under pressure. But at this point, the Badgers are still firmly in control, with the Rhinos still going at 6.1 to the over.
Yeah. Swanepoel, will he rotate a strike? Will he take the bowlers on? Kobesi into Swanepoel. Oh, that's a great delivery from Monlin Kobesi. He was with the Tuskers last year, very limited playing opportunities. He arrived here in Oudtshoorn in the cold month of the winter. He worked very hard with the bowling coach, Warren Bell. He's certainly a stamping authority. He's authority here in the Badgers lineup.
He's taken his opportunity with both hands. He set out at the start of the season in the 4-day competition, but as soon as you got an opportunity to be out on the park, he's performed very well.
On strike is the man which the Badgers would like to see in the shower soon. Rolfes, hit. Jacobs, tiny fielding. He's on the circle. What a great all-round cricket player. His grandfather, of course, was the great Bravo Jacobs. Played for Eastern Province in the SACB era for Unity. Field changes made by the captain George van Heerden. Van Heerden, of course, hails from Tobega. Was the head boy at the famous Grey High School in the city. Momberg chased that ball like chasing a loose ball on the rugby field.
Great spirit and great energies out on the field. As you saw after Carl Jacobs fielded that ball with a dive out to the right, Malifi ran all the way from the cover boundary to congratulate him. Such is the spirit that the team plays with.
Hit. No run as Jacobs does the field. I only refer to the Hub Cricket program in the province, and unfortunately, in the midst of school exam, from the 10 mile into Hub in George, there's a player, Inati Kichini, who is a member of the South African under-19 team. He played for the SA Schools team last year, and he's also the captain of the Garden Route Badgers under-19 team for the Kayamajola National Tournament. It's coming up, and that tournament will be played in the city of Bloemfontein in December. Building has been done by the big man Heath Richards.
I think the HARP program has been able to develop players for this Garden Route Badgers senior men's and also the senior women's teams. It's credit to the coaches that do the work on the ground on a daily basis with these players.
Nevertheless, our eyes are now on Monlin Kobesi. Runs in. Hit hard, but it will only be a single. And 15 overs gone 100. 15 overs gone 90 for 4. Good over from Kobesi.
Well ball from Kobesi, only conceding 4 runs in that over. I think the important thing right now for the Badgers is to continue strangling the Rhinos in terms of the boundary count for the next 5 overs. Make sure they do not get anything more than 5 boundaries in that time. Then they'll have anything less than 140 for them to chase.
They've been very clinical in this first 15 overs of the match. But what will the final 5 overs of this innings produce us? Only batting at 6 per over. Malefi in. Work for Richards, who runs in. Down on the knee, picks up, throw. 1 run added. Rolfes is on 41. He's a very aggressive batter.
I think what we'll see here against Diabona Malefi is that both batters will try and go hard at him. He'll have to bowl defensive lines to them
That is not a good delivery, but there's work to be done. Great effort, great stop there, and they saved at least a 1 run there, which should have been a boundary. Well, not the greatest gazelle in the field, but great work done by Liam Elder, who runs towards his right to take a dive. Well, let me rather put it this way, he's deceptively fast on the field. Advancing down the track, Triplans does the fielding, 1 run added to the total. I will correct that. Liam Elder is deceptively quick. He's a big man. I don't want to meet him tonight in the pub and he's having a few words with me. Malefe in to Swanepoel, straight to Kyle Bravo Jacobs. He does the fielding, dot ball. The Rhinos will look for boundaries.
That was very well bowled there from Liabona Malefe.
Great bowling from the young man.
Right in the block hole, making it hard for the batters to get underneath that.
Yeah, he plays his cricket for a club called Pakelsdorp United in George. They're also the SWD T20 champion this season. Oh, there's a big shot there. Malefe gets the wicket. That's the departure of Rolfes. A magnificent breakthrough and great work from Liabona Malefe.
That's what the young man Liabona Malefe brings to the party. He's able to bring the stumps into play more often than not. Picks up a wicket with the last ball of his second over.
A club called Pakelsdorp United in George. They're also the SWD T20 champion this season. Oh, there's a big shot there. Malefe gets the wicket. That's the...
Pardon me, 96 for 5 after 16 overs.
Yeah, 4 overs to bowl. And Jason, you will agree with me, that's a very clinical performance from the locals.
They'll look to close off very strongly. They're in a very strong position here, the local side.
And Brian Bronkenshaw is into proceedings, and that is as a result of the wicket from Liabona Malefe getting the very pricey wicket of Herman Rolfes trapped in leg before. Ngubezi will run in from the Freda Street end of the ground. He bowled quite well. He only conceded 10 runs in his opening 2 overs. The Badgers, they will be tails up. Great bowling. It's a Yorker outside off and through to the keeper, Engelbrecht.
Great exhibition of skills here from the Badgers bowlers.
Well, there's also a Hollywood Bets women's match underway today. The Badgers playing in Hollywood Bet series. It's in Durban, where the Dragons scored 153 and currently the Dolphins 105 for 5. Airborne, and that will be a welcome boundary from Swanepoel. He gets an outside edge to that one. He swings hard and he will pick up a boundary, a third man, and that brings up the 100 for the visitors.
Obviously missed his lines there and his length on that occasion. Wide outside over that man in the boundary. Any bet on that, there's an opportunity for a boundary to be spotted.
Basic in Swanepoel is on 14. Oh, that's a big shot. It's been given out leg before. That's the patch of Swanepoel. Great bowling from Gabezi. 100 for 6.
Obviously immediately collects after conceding that boundary outside of.
I just want us to have a look at that picture with Richard standing there. He looked like there's an in. Just want to put his 40. Oh, that's a big show. He's been given out leg before.
Sitting a boundary wide outside off. Brings the stumps into play.
Good decision by Mpumalanga. Now I don't think there's any question on that. And Swana pulled the parts. So Musa Twala, player with the shirt number 22, walks in with the score now 100 for 6 in over number 17.
Musa Twala, an Eastern's boy, schooled at Kuro Serengeti, out in the East Rand.
You worked with him when you had your stint there? Your sabbatical in the East Rand? No, not your sabbatical. Jason was the coach here of the Garden Badgers junior teams. Then you went to Easterns, so you worked with him there.
Yeah, I worked with him in the academy system there.
What can we expect from him?
Very organized batter, not very explosive for T20 cricket. Look to work the ball around and run hard.
Gubezi in, hit. Well, as you correctly say, good connection there. Good work from the deceptively fast Liam Alden. Tiny does the fielding. That's not Alden, that's Yassine Valley. Apologies for that. It's also deceptively quick between fields. And 1 for 6. 20 legitimate deliveries left in this innings. Good bowling. Kubese asked the question. Tiny wicket keeping by Nathan Engelbrecht.
Gets on about his work very quietly. That's what you want to see from a wicket keeper.
Yeah, the man from Frenberg on the west coast. He's currently keeping the former SA Schools captain Benjamin Hansen out of this team. Great competition within a team. As I've said, 4 matches, no changes made by Coach Lutler Lisa Celia. That's why he's out work for Kyle Bravo Jacobs. Does the fielding. And the end of a good over from Gubezi. He bagged 1 for 16 and 3. And we will see Liam Alder to replace Liabona Malefi. I think Alder has got 1 over left if I'm not mistaken. He bowled very well up front. He created a breakthrough, removing Dukes and Mohamed Mayet early up.
He gave his team a great start in that power play, getting 2 wickets in 1 over.
It was a difficult week for him. His father underwent surgery, but he's back into action, and it's a great ball to
Brokenshire.
Brokenshire. It's a surname that I've never picked up. He's on strike, Brokenshire. We'll pick up a single. Alder won't mind that.
Brokenshire schooled at Maritzburg College, out in the Midlands.
Of course, great John T. Rhodes amongst other went to that school. Reverse sweep, and Alder has done the business. He cleans him up with the patch of Twala. They are not the type of bowler that you would like to reverse sweep early on. And great wicket for the Badgers. Jason, the Badgers remain clinical.
Badgers are clinical at this point in time. I think Musa Twala got himself in all sorts of positions there. Got himself into trouble. Missed a straight one. asked himself whether he would have been better served playing a more conventional cricket shot to keep the scoreboard ticking. Mpumalanga Rhinos are in trouble at 103 for 7 after 17.3.
Yeah, last season, so that I would say, the same match between these two sides will rain out. But they met here in 2023-24 season, and the Badgers chased down 177 for 3 to win that match. Jason, you were the assistant coach, you still should remember that one. Fondly.
Well, I can remember the win.
Now, Jean du Plessis was in great form, and Alva chasing that ball. Only the single captain George van Heerden.
Great work out on the boundary here. Van Heerden running in from that deep mid-wicket area, keeping that down to 1, with John Hendrickson getting off strike, getting off the mark, first ball.
Work for Momberg, who's the sweeper out in front of the scoreboard on the eastern side of his ground. It was formerly also a rugby ground, still used for the oval ball, but since the early part of the millennium transformed into a cricket field. What a cricket field it has become. Very nice facilities here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. End of the over, 105 for 7, and got 12 balls left. Yeah, that specific day, Matthew Christensen made 57. Jean du Plessis is currently playing for the Warriors, made 52. And there was also a 30 not out from Jet Li van Brissies, who is currently playing for the lot leaders in Division 1 competition, Holland, unbeaten in 4 matches. As we will see, Ngubezi bowling the penultimate over of this innings. He will operate from the Vrede Street end of the ground. He conceded 16 runs from his 3, and on strike he's broken shot. But he tried something innovative there. He was undone by Ngubezi. You referred to Maritzburg College, produced some great cricket players over the years, and also recently a Springbok rugby captain in Jesse Crew.
Very proud sporting traditions, Maritzburg College.
And the former head coach who is currently working as a leading coach lead, Terry Hampson, matriculated at Maritzburg College. Swing and a miss. Yeah, of course, the bowler that's operating from the Vrede Street end of the ground, Motley Ngubezi, was also a product of Maritzburg College. From there, he emerged to play for the SA Under 19 team. Firmly hit. His work for Liabona Malifu. What an exceptional stop from the young man. As he dives towards his right on the sweeper boundary. And that's a no ball. The first no ball called by umpire Willem P. Nell. He emerged to play for the SA Under 19 team. Firmly hit. His work for Liabona Malifu. What an exceptional stop. Now that's very disciplined by the Badgers. And he basically well to prevent any further damage to that no ball. That's great work from Ngubezi.
Well ball. He's been consistent in hitting that block hole. Just 3 times in a over.
Now the entire bowling unit, Ngubezi, Momberg, Kele, not a lot of experience amongst the 3. They've done a great job. White, and Carl Jacobs does the fielding. And I must say, very impressed with how they enter into this competition this season. Yes, they were not on par game against East Cape and Yati, was played here. They bounced back in style, and also, I must also say that this game is far from over. The Badgers must still have a bat here today. But Carl Jacobs and Liam Elder were very impressive. Ngobezi in. Oh, that one is hit. That is one of the biggest sixes that I've ever seen on this ground, hit by Birkenshaw. Hendrickson, pardon. That is a massive hit. Somebody asked me the other day the biggest six towards the furthest street end of the ground. And there was a player that played here, he played for the Cobras in Boland, had it straight on. He'd one over the road, but at that stage, over the side screen, the pitch was still 15 yards closer to the side screen on the furthest street end of the ground. And that's a massive hit from Hendrickson, taking the Rhinos to 115-7.
The Rhinos need a few more of those to get themselves to a respectable target. We'll look to get at least closer to that 140 mark.
Yeah, and look at Hendrickson today. He's got broad shoulders, and he can use the willow that's in his hand. It will only be a single. End of the over, and the score now moves to 116-7 with 1 over to go. So Liabona Malefi will close off this innings, and that one is straight up. Will go all the way for 4, and that's the 8th 4 of the innings. So Liabona Malefi will close off this innings, and that one is straight up. Go all the way for 4. Just had a look. That was the 8th boundary 4, and there were 3 boundary 6s in this innings. Hendrickson, his intent is very clear. He's worked for Liam Elder. He's patrolling the square leg boundary, deep square leg boundary. Did well, and only 1 added to the total. And on top of that, the bowling discipline was also good. Just was Malefi in. Straight hit, work for Ron Treblans. Will only be a single. 3 wides and 1 low ball. That is good. Good discipline from the bowling unit of the Gardenwood Badgers. 3 balls to go, 122-7. Hendrickson on strike. That's a massive hit. He tried to hit that one into contract road.
Was well ball there from Liabona Malefi. Those balls will be the order of the day in this last over. Dot balls and singles. That's all you'll be looking for.
Malefi to Hendrickson. Will find Liam Alden from the mid-wicket boundary. So the last ball of the over, and that will be bowled by, of the innings rather, by Liabona Malefi. 123-7. It will be 124-7 as the big man Heath Richards runs in, he does the fielding, and that's the over bowled. Jason, a very good bowling performance and a good fielding performance by the Golden Root Badgers. After they won the toss, they decided to have a bowl first on a scorcher of a day in Oudtshoorn.
I think well-controlled game from the Badgers. As we saw, they conceded 40. Number 40, Mpumalanga was 40 for 3 after 6 overs, 62 for 3 after 10, and now end up on 124 for 7. I think the Badgers will be very happy to have split those 10 over complements into exactly half in terms of runs conceded. And their disciplines have been very good. As you mentioned, 3 wides and 1 no ball only conceded as extras from them as bowlers. That is what you want to see.
Good captaincy also by George van Heerden. The Badgers must still come out to bat. This is definitely a score below par here that they must chase down. There was a good batting all-round bowling performance by all the bowlers. We just wait for the summarized scorecard to appear on your screens. And it was only Herman Rolfes who really came to the party with the bat today.
And the bowlers complemented each other well throughout the inning. There was not one bowler that looked out of place. When 1 over went for a few runs, 1 went for 12, 1 went for 9. Then the next over was followed up quite nicely. As you see, the summarized scorecard there for the first innings. Herman Rolfes, 42 of 41. Zakir Kathrada, 22 of 18. Benjamin van Dijk, 15 of 21. John Hendrickson, 14 of 8. Liam Melder, 3 for 26 and 4. 1 for 11. Carl Jacobs, very economical. And Manele Taylor, 1 for 15 as well, going at 5 to the over. And Mondi Kwawese bowling the tough overs at the back end, 1 for 27 and 4.
Thank you, Jason, for taking us through the summarized scorecard. Before we take a break, I'm just going to ask you, if you're the coach of the Badgers, what will be the message in the dressing room?
I think at this point in time, let's see out the first 6 overs with minimum damage. Then from then on, we can reassess and see how we go up to the 10th over.
Yeah, you will also agree with me that the Rhinos can take a lead out of the book of the Badgers in terms of their bowling approach.
Bowling with discipline and following backing up your captain's bowling plans and fielding plans will be key for the Rhinos to restrict the Badgers and try and get a win here in the Garden Route district of Oudtshoorn.
Thank you very much. Before we take a break, South Africa currently at 139 for 8 against Pakistan in the deciding ODI. We'll be back from ASU. Okay, let's just keep quiet. I just want to do a recording for the radio picture. March. Yes, Canada. Okay, dankie. Hierso is die Rhinos restrict tot 124 for 7. Okay, right. Sorry, ek wil net vir julle 'n recording doen. Yeah, it's change of innings here in the Cricket South Africa Division 2 T20 match between the Mpumalanga Rhinos and the Golden Root Badgers. The Badgers has won the toss. They put the Rhinos into bat. They restricted the Rhinos to 124 for 7 in their complement of 20 overs. Some great and skillful bowling with lots of discipline. Liam Alderback, 3 for 26 in 4. Carl Jacobs was extremely economical, 1 for 11 in 3. Panele Tele, 1 for 15 in his 3. And Monli Ngubeze, 1 for 27 in his 4. For the Rhinos, Herman Rolfes made 42 of 41 balls. Zakir Kathrada, 22. Benjamin van Dijk, 15. And John Hendrickson, 14. So it's change of innings. The Badgers need 125 runs to win this one in 20 overs. We will update you later in the afternoon.
Baie goed op een slag.
good one, yeah.
That the Rhinos batted first. They were restricted to 124 for 7. Rolfes made 42, Kathrala 22, Van Niekerk 15, and a very good bowling performance all round from the Badgers. They applied great discipline. We'll confirm the top bowlers now. Liam Alderbeck 3 for 26 in his 4 overs. Carl Jacobs was magnificently economical, 1 for 11 in 3. Panele Tele 1 for 15 in 3. And Mondi Nkobeze 1 for 27 in his 4 overs. Also good support from Liam Alder, not Liam Alder, Zach Momberg and Liabona Malefi. So Jason, a little bit of a below par at 24, and the Badgers will have one thing in mind on their agenda, and it's to get this one over the line.
I think for the Badgers it will be important to start well. As you see the opening batters here, Yasin Bali and Ruandra Blanche. The target required 124 at 6.2 to the over. There should not be too much trouble for them, but they'll still need to bat well.
They will need to bat well, and they will need to have a good power play, because that's exactly where the Badgers got their nose in front. Just take this first delivery. And what a shot by Yasin Wali from the bowling of Gareth Dukes. He picks up a boundary 4. That's a great shot from Wali off the mark. Dukes, of course, was dismissed earlier for naught. Can be a very destructive batsman. He obviously made his debut here for power play, because that's exactly where the Badgers got their nose in front. Just take this first delivery. And what a shot by Yasin Wali from the bowling of Gareth Dukes.
Advantage of that.
Dukes to Wali. Great stop there. Oh, a magnificent piece of fielding. Almost a run out. They're off the mark. Good running, good call. So after the power play, the Rhinos were 40 for 3. And I think that's exactly in that first 6 overs where the Badgers get their noses in front and they maintain the momentum.
And picking up those 3 early wickets for the Badgers made a world of difference for them to be able to put the Rhinos under pressure for the remainder of their innings.
Yeah, 52 of that 124 came from boundaries. There were 9 boundary 4s and 3 6s. 3 no balls, 3 wides and 1 no ball. So very disciplined performance all in all. Runs are Blanche on strike. And no reason to take any risk. Put a bat onto ball. It's also great to see his parents here drove all the way from Cape Town to come and support their son. He had very bad luck in his first 2 seasons here with the Garden Road Badgers. He underwent 2 ankle surgery operations, but he's in fine form this season. Slower ball from Dukes.
I think it's been great to see Ruan get an extended run out on the park. He's always shown great promise as a youngster in the Boland region. Now the Garden Route Badgers are reaping benefits from his great talents this season.
Good bowling from Gareth Dukesy. And it's a dot ball down to Blanche. He's only played 3 representative matches in this format of the game. All 3 for the Badgers this season. And there's a half century which he scored against the Eastern Cape and Yati, a match which the Badgers went down. That's the mid-wicket. There's some work to do. Both of them very good runners between the wickets, especially Trablanc, and he picked up a couple. End of the first over, 7 without lost.
The target here will allow the Badgers batters to even take their time to get into their strides. They can afford to play out a few dot balls in their quest to get closer to this target.
Yeah, as we will see the introduction of spin, I presume. Mapaka Tetelo is a left-arm bowler. He will bowl from the commentary box end of the ground, and it is indeed spin. You know him, Jason?
He is actually Kwena Mapaka's older brother. Schooled at Rivonia Primary School, then on to St. David's, Manistinanda.
Parker into Valley. That's the younger brother of the famous Kwena Mpaka.
Older brother.
Older brother of Kwena. They normally say the younger one is the better one.
Yeah, in this case, Kwena Mapaka, as we widely know, great youngster, has represented his country at senior level.
One bounce, and Valley will get off the mark. Just take us through this over before we will look at what happened between South Africa and Pakistan in the deciding ODI that's been played today.
Mapaka here will look to play a similar role to what Liam Mulder did in their batting inning when the Rhinos were batting. Look to strike and stay economical.
Trablanc is on strike. Good bowling from Parker. Very economical.
Usually a very tidy bowler, great control of pace.
Trablanc advances down the track. There's work for the fielder out there. They'll pick up a single. Yeah, it's Herman Rolfes. He's on long on now. The left hand on strike. Richards, pardon, Yasin Valley. Straight to the fielder. No run added to the total. Tidy start from Parker, only conceding 2 runs. And the intent from Yasin Valley is very clear. You want to get on with things.
Looks to be in a hurry, Yasin Valley here.
That's over the top. And this one will go all the way. That's a maximum for Valley to end the over. Taking the Badgers to 15 without loss. Very good over for the Badgers. Parker was very tired and unfortunately volley unleashed that last ball to pick up the 6. I promise you that we will bring you up to date with what happened in Pakistan today, where the Proteas won the toss. They were bowled out for 143, and I'm afraid, Jason, it will take something special to take the series and this match. With Quinton de Kock made 53 of 70 balls, and the only significant contribution came from Luandre Pretorius, who made 39 from 45, as you will see Dukes running in to Ruan de Blancs. Got the single.
It'll take a special effort from the Protea bowlers to get them over the line.
Yeah, it's a bit early to say that it will take a special effort from Mpumalanga for the Rhinos. There's still plenty of cricket to be played.
I think it'll certainly do take a special effort at this point in time.
Dukes around the wicket to Valley. That's a wide. Spoke about it earlier, the discipline from the badges. They only bowled 3 wides in a lot of 20 overs. And 1 no ball. As the Rhinos ended from 124 for 7. Volley in the gap, that's 4, we will take it. Advances down the track. Dive towards the right by first slip, between the keeper and the first slip. It runs away, actually not runs away, it speeds away to the third man boundary for 4.
As I usually say, no pictures on the scorecard. Aston Valley will take that 4 runs. As you mentioned, he's taken the aggressive option, is 16 of 7. Looks like he's already chasing that bonus point.
I was about to ask you. Ooh, that's a magnificent shot. Square cover for 4. Brilliant shot, Yasin Wali. Maybe the shot of the day thus far from Wali.
Wali's certainly on the charge here. He's putting Gareth Dukes under immense amount of pressure here. Chasing that bonus point.
I was about to ask you. Ooh, that's a magnificent shot. Square cover for 4. This time, regulation catch on first slip taken by Benjamin van Niekerk, the departure of Ali, and I think compliments to Gareth Duke for this time, regulation catch on first slip taken.
Credit to Gareth Dukes for sticking to his guns, sticking to his lengths there. Catches that outside edge. Well done to him.
And Valley departs for 20.
With that approach from Valley, there was always going to be opportunities given.
And the first wicket went down with the score on 25.
That brings to the crease Keith Richards.
Yeah, I asked you earlier, the big man, Richards, as he entered the crease. You can see that he's a strong, built, hard-hitting batsman. And he first came into the limelight through his performances for the Eastern Province under 15 side when he was attending school at Grey High in Kapega. And then he moved to Glenwood House in the SWD. On the money from Dukes. Whereafter he represented the SWD under 18 team at the respective Kaya Majora national tournaments. Jason, you've been his coach, you were the coach at that specific time. He made his first class debut in 2019, and after a couple of years in South African domestic cricket, he moved to the United States of America, just what the Dukes running in. That just like a tracer bullet, fielded by Rolfes. And then he's obviously a batting all-rounder with the Atlanta Lightning in the minor league. And then he moved on and he played in the US Major League for MI New York. They won the trophy the past year. You coached him, hard-hitting batsman.
Very talented youngster, Heath Richards. Everyone sees him as this hard-hitting batter, but he can certainly bat and do the job in all formats. He generally looks to take a few balls to get himself in before he unleashes.
So Parker has been entrusted with another over. He conceded 8 runs in his first over. There was that boundary hit maximum by Yasin Bali. Parker in to Triblanche. Properly connected. The fielding has been done by Aubrey Swanepoel at mid-on.
Ruan looking for a little bit of room there to access offside with only one man out on the boundary, a long off boundary.
Straight to the fielder. Tidy fielding. 2 dot balls by Parker. Been impressed by Tutelo and Parker, Jason.
He's got very good control of his lines and lengths and changes up his pace pretty well.
And besides that, he's also got good genes.
Very. Also a great fielder out on the park.
Over the top. Tidy work for Rolfes. That's the fielding. It will only be a single. I think the Badgers will be cautious to get out of this power play without any further damage to the wickets column.
I think that'll be a number one goal for them. Not to lose any other wickets.
Richards forward defensive.
Then from then on, they'll look to control that middle phase, try and get themselves over the line, possibly for that bonus point.
Can be tricky sometimes, the middle phases. Richards will pick up a single. End of the over, 4 overs gone, 27 for 1. And interestingly enough, after 4 overs, the Rhinos were 27 for 2. That's why I made the comment, we'd like to get out of this power play, keeping the scoreboard ticking and not losing any further wickets. This is a funny old game, with lots of twists in the tails. And with Rolfes and Henderson, there's a lot of experience in the bowling lineup of the visitors from Mpumalanga.
You see a change in the bowling, Hendrickson into the attack for the first time.
Yeah, John Henderson. Runs in. Got a nice November moustache to Richards. Defensive. No run added to the total. And they will be, obviously did their studies on Heath Richards, and they will be quite aware of the areas where you should not bowl to him.
I think the use of the bumper early on in his innings will be something that the quicker men will be looking to do, especially with deep square leg out on the boundary.
The gap steer to a wide, third man runs in, and he's Hlebela, Smangalishu Hlebela, who does the fielding. No run added to the total. Lance is on strike. Straight to the fielder. And that's Musa Twala who does the fielding at point. No reason to panic yet, but it's good to see that the Rhinos has bounced back with some dot balls in his run chase.
They'll need a lot of those accompanied with wickets at regular intervals.
Tip and run in the gap. 1 run added to the total.
You see Walter Blanchard, his approach today totally different from how he's approached his previous matches in this tournament. As you said, he scored a 50 against Inyati, coming off 27 balls, quite aggressive up front in that game.
Innings in. Richards replica of the previous delivery, and he will pick up a single.
Great awareness there from both batters. See Rolfes is hanging slightly on the ring there with Richards on strike.
Emerson into the Blanche. Oh, swing and a miss through to the keeper. Very experienced wicket keeper Zakatrada. Yeah, Henderson has played 18 matches in this format before, all of them in the shirt of the Mpumalanga Rhinos. And in those 18 matches, he picked up 18 wickets. Best bowling analysis of 3 for 34. So, confidence entrusted in Parker into Richards. Just work that one in the vacant area. Mid wicket, runs in. That's the fielding. No short mid wicket in position, that one is on the boundary. Parker into the glance, hit, work for Rolfes, single. Blanche has been there for 15 balls and haven't picked up a boundary yet.
They've kept him very quiet.
Yeah, the boundary hitter has been dismissed. That was, of course, Yasin Vali. Was caught by Fikak on first slip. Parker, Richards, not properly connected that ball. Again, work for Brian Bronkenshaft, who runs in from the mid-wicket boundary and does the fielding. The former scholar at Maritzburg College. This one is hit over the top. Will it go all the way? Yes, it does! Leaves there from the Blans. And to Parker conceded his second boundary. It's a proper shot, well executed by the young man who grew up the Blans. I said it earlier, he played for the Boland before. They attended school at Paulus Gymnasium in Stellenbosch, and he properly connected that one to pick up a maximum.
Great shot though on that occasion from Walter Blanche. Just getting a little bit of length for him to be able to get under.
Yeah, no low risk cricket, but he's on the circle. And that's a replica of the previous delivery, and he did exactly the same area to pick up another boundary. Well batted Walter Blanche.
Missed. Mapaka has missed.
Low risk cricket, but he's on the circle. And that's a replica of the previous delivery, and he did exactly the same.
The leg side. We'll see a change in field. Field stays the same.
And this will be one bounce for the area between cow corner and long on. He picked up another boundary. The Badgers in control. They at 40. And this will be one bounce for.
That's the most expensive over of the innings of the match so far.
Score 49 for 1 at the end of the power play. And, well, for understandable reasons, analysts and commentators always compare power plays with one another. The Rhinos, after 6 overs, were 40 for 3. And in reply, the Badgers, 49 for 1, with Yasin Wali being dismissed for 20. And Rhinos Blanche is all of a sudden on 23 from 18 balls after quite a subdued start by the opening batter. So Richards is on strike. He will face John Hendrickson, who will run in from the furthest street end of the ground. Tall man Hendrickson running in to Richards. Straight to Mpaka, who does the fielding. No run added to the total. Yeah, Mpaka has been very impressive. And it was actually those last 3 balls of the previous over where Rhinos Blanche got hold of him.
Shows you just how quickly the game can get away from you. In the last 3 deliveries, consider 16 runs, where he had been going well.
Richards. He hammers that one through the covers for 4. That's hit like a tracer bullet by the big man.
Was worth presented here to hit. Richards is not going to miss out. Had been going well.
Richards. He hammers that one through the covers for 4. That's hit. Robin Jackman used to say it was hit like a train, but this was hit like a train properly. Hendrickson. Protection out there.
Good batting out there in the middle, following up the boundary with a single.
50 up for the Badgers, courtesy of that boundary that was hit by Richards.
$71 more runs to win.
We saw it last week, the comparative score, comparing with the power play, and you will know if you are ahead of things. This one is run down the 3rd man, and fielding has been done by Ntlabela. It's Mangalishu Ntlabela. Yeah, not a lot of runs to defend. 123.
It's a very difficult target for anyone to defend.
On a nice batting wicket. Richards on strike. Well, it was a Chris Gale shot. If I can use the big man's name, you take of that shot, Jason?
That was a good bumper there from John Hendrickson. It actually took longer than I expected to be.
Well, it was a Chris Gale shot. The Blanche is on strike, both mid-on and mid-off on the circle. Oh, and that's a wide. That one is wided by umpire Stacey Lakay, who's officiating on square leg boundary. And the first wide of the innings. Second one.
Rhinos need to engineer a wicket here from somewhere. And it looks like the bumper option is the one that they're backing at this point.
And to Blanche. Miss out on that one. End of the over, 57 for 1, 7 overs has been bowled. It is a very hot day out there. It's a slight breeze that coming over the ground. And there you can see Richards. I don't think that's because we had a late night. It's just very hot out there.
Quite a hot afternoon out here in Oudtshoorn, and certainly we need to take on hydration, stay hydrated.
And a proper sip of that energy drink, the big man. And we will see change in bowling.
Shabela coming into the bowling attack. 21-year-old Shabela hails from KZN, former scholar of Glenwood High in Durban.
Once again, one of the great cricketing schools in the KwaZulu-Natal region, Glenwood High. Well, and he's bowling to a man that was educated at Glenwood House in George, and Heath Richards. He hits that one over long on for a big six. Well, we saw a big six earlier today. I think it was from Henriksen, who hit one into the Freda Street, and not away for Ntlabera to start his spell. And all of a sudden, the momentum is there to start chasing that all-important bonus point, Jason.
At this point in time, with 62 to win, it'll be in the conversation, rightfully so, with Richards and Terreblanche going well out in the middle. It is well within reach at this point in time.
Yeah, Pakistan chasing 144 has just lost their first wicket without any runs on the board. So will it be a great contest in Pakistan? But Ntlabela will bowl to Ruan Terreblanche. He's on 24. Comes down the track and disconnected and played back to the bowler.
So Shabela, will see him bowl a whole lot slower than the other left-arm spinners that we've seen on show today. And he looked to spin the ball just slightly more than that.
Out to the veteran, the 36-year-old Aubrey Swanepoel, who does the fielding. He's on the long off boundary. Well, what a season campaigner. Played over 100 over 100 matches across all formats. Richards. It's not really in the arc. You won't mind, because he already hit the boundary earlier. Richards, of course, started his secondary school education at Grey High, Berger. Now, once again, room offered. Terreblanche hit it out to long off and pick up the single. And as we talk about Grey High, also compliments for us in the cricket fraternity from the commentary box. The great South African captain, Siya Kolisi, will become the 9th Springbok to play in 100 test matches. He, of course, was educated like Greg Pollock and like the captain of the team, George van Heerden at Grey High School in Portsmouth. Berger. Back to the business here. The score after 8 overs, 67 for 1, and the Badgers in the driving seat here with the partnership already grew to 42. Ruan Terreblanche is on 26 and Richards on 19, and Terreblanche will take strike. We see a change in bowling. He's the former Afrikaans Hoërseun School learner from the Rhinos, Herman Rolfes. Office, of course, situated just down the road from Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria, runs in. And like the Blans, also a former SA 19 player.
Starts off well on the stumps. I think what we've seen so far in this game, when the seamers have been tight on the stumps, it's been hard for the batters to get them away. But as soon as you leave the stumps, you make it easy for the batters to access the boundaries.
Rolfes into Terreblanche. Ooh, very well hit. They will pick up a single from that. No, they will settle for us. Yeah, only pick up a single. Great effort there.
the substitute fielder, yes, Mr. Cook, out on the offside boundary.
Yasser Cook, as you correctly said, the substitute fielder. I will come to the nice story now. Richards, and he's out on a full toss. And a look at the square leg umpire, but it's not necessary. The catch has been taken by, is that Mr. Bela?
Musa
Musa
Twala.
Twala takes the catch and the departure of Richards. 68 for 2. And a very important breakthrough. Just to put the brakes on as Richard. Yasser Cook, as you correctly said, the substitute fielder. I will come to the nice story now. Richards, and he's out on a full toss. And a look at the...
He could have hit it anywhere that he wanted. He picked out Musa Twala out in the covers.
He's disappointed. But I guess it's part and parcel of the game. 68 for 2. We're into the 9th over. And Richards departs, and in comes the captain, George van der Linden. There's a change there. There's a change in the batting lineup. It's the left-hander Nathan Elbrath that comes in, the wicket-keeper batter. What the logic is behind this?
I think if I had to put myself in their shoes, I think it might be the matchup against the left-arm spin of Smangali Sontlebela. Get the left-hander to face more of him with the ball spinning in.
He, of course, is a very good runner between the wicket, Nathan Elbrath. Very entirely with his glove work today. And the score at 68 for 2. A partnership of 43 runs for this second wicket between Richards and the former Grant Blanche. Rolfes in to Engelbracht. Mentioned it earlier, he's a very good runner between the wickets, and he picks up a single. He was on a high performance contract at Boland at the beginning of the season, but with the departure of Lukey Beaufort, cancelled his contract due to a job offer in the United Kingdom. The Badgers Brain Trust made a call on Nathan Elbrath to regard the Root Badgers. Remember, Benny Hansen is also still available, but hasn't made the starting 11. Good fielding there. Rhinos did well to restrict the boundaries for a change.
I think it's gotten away a little bit from them. The solver has been good. No boundaries conceded, only 2 runs so far in the last ball. 1 legitimate delivery remaining.
I like the word legitimate. Good keeping by Katrala. The mouth of De Blanche was right in his throat for a split second.
You see that over from Fikak and Rolfes. Quite a few changes of pace, rolling the fingers across the seam. At the end of the 9th over, Garden Root Badgers are 69 for 2.
Yeah, it's Nandre Berger that picked up that wicket in the match against the Test match, the ODI Iqbal Stadium against Pakistan. Test match, of course, is played in Faisalabat. Bit of a misfield. They wisely decided to not take on the fielder. That's the captain, Mohamed Mayet. Work for my yet again. Dot ball. Chabelo conceded 10 runs in his opening over, since then put down 2 dot balls. Wided by umpire Stacey Lakay.
That has been brought about by the change in field.
Now there's a vacant area on the onside, after Mayet moved himself to the offside. They were batting there from Nathan Engelbrecht as he picked up the single.
I think for the Mpumalanga Rhinos, it is still important for them to look for ways to generate or create extra dot balls. Probably have an extra fielder out in the ring. They need to pick up wickets if they stand any chance of winning this game.
Over the top, Aubrey Swanepoel is there, and is there a twist in a tail here? The departure of Roland ter Blanche to 27. Disappointment for ter Blanche. He batted so well today. He hit that one straight to Aubrey Swanepoel, who takes the catch.
They need to pick up wickets if they stand any chance of winning this game.
Over the top, Aubrey Swanepoel is there, and
Page to what we're trying to be able to access over long off to get a boundary. Hits it straight down the throat of Aubrey Swanepoel. That brings about the captain to the crease, George van Heerden.
yeah, Aubrey Swanepoel, of course, experienced player with a safe pair of hands and a wicket for the Rhinos, and you can see all of the players out there enjoy some refreshments. There's still 50 more runs required to record a victory here, as we see George van Heerden on strike. And I can tell you, wicket here now within the next few overs, and we've got an interesting contest here awaiting us.
Is there a twist in the tail? Yeah.
Well, apparently there's always a twist in the tail.
They slowed it down so much that George van Heerden has had to generate all the pace in that shot. It's a wily campaign again, brother.
Engelbrecht is on 2 from 4. Well bowled, Mr. Bela. He certainly asked the questions here.
Beats the outside edge there on that occasion. End of the 10th over. Current root measures are 72 for 3. Davila certainly bowled a great over on that occasion. After conceding 10 runs in his first over, he followed it up with 1 wicket and 3 runs conceded in the next over.
So Fikak and Rolfes will continue. There you can see the badges. Bowling card. Top of the bowlers, Liam Albert, 3 for 26. He received good support all round. Van Heerden into the gap. And the captain will need to take responsibility here. Remember, we spoke about it. that bonus point, all of a sudden they require another 50 runs, basically 5-6 overs to win by a bonus point, and a bonus point win will definitely take them to at least the second position on the log. Well negotiated by Engelbrecht, and that's 4 runs. Great execution by Nathan Engelbrecht. And there's also the captain indicated to the square leg umpire that was the one that was above shoulder height, and so it is called by the umpire on the bowler's end, Wimpy Nel, Wynand Nel, Wimpy, the second position on the log. His friends call him Wimpy. Still one slip in position. Benjamin van Niekerk. I can understand that for the left-hander. Rolfes in. Comes down the wicket. Hit this one out to the sweeper, the fence. Oudtshoorn Swanepoel. Very good running between these two. Yeah, Nathan Engelbrecht, we spoke about that. He is a very good runner between the wickets.
Very quick between the wickets there. Turns that one into a pretty comfortable 2 at the end.
Yeah, Oudtshoorn Swanepoel an educated right arm. He hails from the west coast town of Vredenburg. This one is through to the keeper, Kathrada. Already 7 runs from this over, 2 balls to spare. Just working out that the badges are basically need to bat at 9-10 to the over to get over the line of a bonus point. The intention is quite clear from Engelbrecht. They are still chasing that bonus point.
With those 2 extra wickets lost after the power play, is it still worth taking the risk to get those runs at 10 and over?
Well, I can imagine the coach, Lottie Sesele, he's a ruthless coach. He will insist that they chase the bonus point, but nevertheless, Rolfes in, good delivery, keep Engelbrecht at bay, and that's the end of the over. 11 overs gone, 79 for 3. The Badgers still in the driving seat after a very disciplined bowling performance all round today. They restricted the Rhinos to 23 for 7 with the very same Herman Rolfes, the most outstanding batsman. Rolfes made 42 from 41. There was also a 22 from 18 by Kathrada, and Van Niekerk, Benjamin Van Niekerk, dismissed cheaply today for 15 of 21. Tabela will continue, and Van Heerden is on strike. Long off, square leg, mid wicket, and long on the boundaries. And just in the pocket, vacant area on the leg side, and the captain will move to 3. George van Heerden is also in the middle of university exams, which is always quite a stressful period for you, Jason. I'm sure for me it was always stressful, and to play professional cricket. Engelbrecht will pick up a single as we watch Rolfes running in, that's the field, Herman Rolfes.
I think it's quite a stressful time for any university student with exams. Having to balance that with professional sport makes it even harder.
To the cap, work for Oudtshoorn Swanepoel, strolls in, that's the field. We said it earlier, I would like to get records on players that play more than 100 matches across all formats in South African cricket. I've always wanted to be one of them.
Credit to him for his longevity. Being able to stay fit and healthy over 15 years. It's great work from him.
A great servant of Northern Cape Rural and West cricket. Another single.
We're just content with just notching it around here in the St. Clever over.
Firmly hit by Englebreg. Work for Rolfes, end of the over. And 6 runs from that, the 12th over, courtesy of 6 singles to the bowling of Ntlabela. The score now 85 for 3. We've got 8 overs left.
At this stage, Mpumalanga Rhinos were 75 for 4. That was when the Badgers were in the middle of that period where they were putting the squeeze on the Rhinos batting.
And Rolfes will continue. There you can see the scorecard of the Rhinos. We spoke about it. The very same Rolfes who was trapped leg before from Liabora Manifi after went on a reverse sweep. He made 42 from 41. Thanks to the improvement in the technology for presenting an updated comprehensive scorecard. Rolfes into Englebreg. Protection out there. 1 run added to the total. Rolfes into Van Heerden. Another single. Well, there's a very interesting contest underway at Polokwane Cricket Club, where the block leaders, the Eastern Cape and Yardley, is chasing 157, 158. They are currently at 75 for 5. So they need 84 more runs to win 5 wickets in hand. And will it be a maiden victory for the Mpumalanga Limpopo Impala? Oh, that's an inside edge. It will run away for 4. As we spoke, will it be a maiden victory for new coach Gershon Ravi? Will he do the Garnu Dodgers a favour there by defeating the Eastern Cape and Yardley? 76 for 5. We'll keep you updated and posted regarding procedures at Polokwane Cricket Club. Jason, always a place it's difficult to bat second.
It's always a difficult place to bat second, and especially with them having had a lot of rain over the last week or so, the wickets wouldn't have been prepared as well as they usually are.
Yeah, and when their tails are up, the Impala will be a difficult kettle of fish. Great hit from Englebreg. Up a single. Well, I can assume they will look out this over. They will have a further 3 overs to take the risks. I can tell you, at bonus point, there's lots of permutations and we can't make predictions now. But a bonus point win here today for the Badgers. And the Inyati that will lose against the Limpopo Impala and took the Badgers into a very favourable position on the lock. That's a wide, should be wide at It is wided by umpire Nell. As things currently stand, the Knights are on 14, the Inyati on 14. The Badgers got a game in hand, so they're on 8, so they can move to 13. They will basically consolidate their position as third on the lock, whilst if the Inyati manage to pull something out, they will end on 18. Well, that is a magnificent straight drive. Long off and long on the circle, and 4 runs for George van Heerden, taking the tally to 97 now.
Only 28 more runs to win. Chase of that bonus point.
Third on the lock, whilst if the Inyati manage to pull something out, facing 144, they're 29 for 1 at the Iqbal Stadium in Faisalabad. As we watch Van Heerden, who's on strike, the captain, he's on 10 from 7. Rolfes into Van Heerden. Take on Claveli, and a bit of a misfield. Overthrows, let me rather put it that way. And it will be Van Heerden another one. "13 overs bowled, the score 98 for 3. 26 runs required, and well, they've got 3 more overs to win by a bonus point. And good news for the Badgers is that Limpopo Impala, they've got the Eastern Cape Inyati against the ropes at 79 for 6. So things are looking very good for Limpopo Impala. Well, it will now be 85 for 6. With the 6 that was just hit by one of the batters of by the Eastern Cape Inyati, in fact Michael Copeland, a former S19 player. So the experienced old campaigner Aubrey Swanepoel will run into bowl to George van Heerden. They'll pick up a single. Nobody better to throw the ball to than Aubrey Swanepoel. I think many a time in his career he has been in a position like this before.
Yeah, the captain will be hoping that he provides that golden arm to break the partnership. Possibly give them a snip.
Drop ball by Swanepoel. So he will definitely bowl over number 16. It's out. Work for the fielder, which is the captain at the long on boundary for the left hander. That's Mohammed Mayet. He does the fielding, and that also brings up the 100 for the home side, the Garden Badgers, in the 14th over. Swanepoel van Heerden. That is hit up. There's a field underneath, it's Mayet. He takes the catch. Well, Van Heerden had to go. And he departs with his total on 12. Caught by Swanepoel from the bowling of, caught by the captain Mayet of the bowling of Swanepoel, 100 for 4.
There's that golden arm of Swanepoel that we just talked about.
Swanepoel van Heerden. That is hit up. There's a field underneath, it's Mayet. He takes the catch. Well.
Touches the leading edge. And wicket brings about Carl Jacobs out to the crease.
Yeah, he's been very impressive today with his bowling, Carl Jacobs. He bowled 3 overs, he only conceded 11 runs. And I thought just for a minute that Liam Alder may move up to the batting lineup. And Carl Jacobs comes in.
I think for them it's still important that they do not give Mpumalanga a sniff. Do not open a back door for them to get back into the game.
Yeah, the Mpumalanga last week against their neighbours, the Eastern Storm, they pulled off a miracle victory against Eastern Storm, and the Badgers will be very mindful of that. It's a match that ended up in a tie, where Easterns were bowled out for 116, chasing 117. So you can never underestimate the grit of the Rhinos. You should also know, Jason, that cricket is a funny old game. But as proceedings currently stand, it's 101 for 4. We're into over number 14. Swanepoel has got one more ball left in this. He's opening over and already bagged 1 wicket. And Nathan Engelbrecht is on strike. Over the top, into the gap. Magnificent shot from the wicket keeper. Engelbrecht picks up the boundary. That's a great cricket shot over the top of the offside.
Great shot to end over there by Engelbrecht. Makes up.
Engelbrecht is on strike. Over the top, into the gap. Magnificent shot from the wicket keeper. But they need 20 from 2 overs to win by a bonus point. And the day is the home team, the Garden Route Badgers. So Brokenshaw, the Maritzburg Old Boys player, student, scholar, will run in and he will bowl to Carl Jacobs, who's on 1. Carl Jacobs will chase the bonus point. He comes down the wicket, through to the keeper. The intent is very clear. It's only a single round competition. He would like, obviously, to create opportunities to win by a bonus point, because those bonus points will be gold in the end of the competition. And further to that, there's also the carrot of promotion relegation. Oh, that's a great shot from Jacobs. He picks up 4 reverse sweep. Magnificent shot from Jacobs.
Great improvisation there for Carl Jacobs.
Will be gold in the end of the competition. And further to that, there's also the carrot of promotion relegation. Oh, that's a great shot from Jacobs. He picks up 4 reverse sweep. Magnificent.
Reverse slap.
Birkinshaw into Jacobs. Comes down the wicket. It will only be a single. And that will be Nathan Engelbrecht on strike.
Engelbrecht will look to get them over the line here with 15 more runs to win.
Yeah, and he will also be mindful of the fact that both mid-on and mid-off is on the circle, or are on the circle. And that's exactly what I said Engelbrecht knows it. He got a further boundary.
Bowler missed his length there. With Meroff and Miron up in the circle, provided an opportunity for Nathan Engelbrecht.
Both mid-on and mid-off is on the circle, or are on the circle. And that's exactly what I said. Engelbrecht knows it. He got a further boundary. Yeah, we've got 6 more overs left in that contest between the Eastern Cape and Yachi and Limpopo Impala. Limpopo Impala made 158. The Yati currently on 99 for 6 after 14 overs, with Michael Copeland on 34 not out. Will he carry? Room provided. Hard hit. Straight to the fielder. He'll pick up a single.
Nathan Engelbrecht has been playing a great hand there.
Yeah, so the question I'm asking, or the point I want to make, is Michael Copeland going to deny Limpopo Impala their first win of the season? Coach. Not this time through to the keeper. 10 runs off the over, and they need another 10 runs to win. 5 overs remaining, but 1 more over left for the bonus point. So we just have a look at the scorecard of the Garden Route badges. Yassine Vani made 20. Rohan Terblans 27 of 28 balls. Heath Richards was caught by Twala from the bowling of Rolls for 19. And then George van Heerden was dismissed. He was caught by his opposite captain Mohamed Mayed from the bowling of Aubrey Swanepoel for 12. Engelbrecht currently is on a very impressive 27. And with him is Kyle Jacobs, who is on 6. So that's a summary of proceedings here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. I must say, I'm very impressed with Nathan Engelbrecht today. Once again, his ability to clear the boundaries. We know that he's a very good runner between the wickets, and he's on strike. No, he's not on strike, he's on a non-striker's end. But Aubrey Swanepoel will try to use all of his experience to deny the Badgers a bonus point victory here. Into Engelbrecht. Beat this one out, just 1 bounce to Mohamed Mayet, and Jacobs will be on strike. I think we can expect some sort of reverse sweep here from Jacobs, with both third man and fine leg on the circle.
And with a lack of pace, that might not be the #1 option for him to go to. Probably look to access straight or anywhere out onto the leg side boundaries.
Jason, I've watched this game before. I never played it on a high level. But he missed out on an opportunity there. Good fielding there.
Well fielded, well spotted.
Eight more required. 4 balls left to ensure a bonus point victory. Engelbrecht on strike. Swanepoel. Oh, what a ball! What a great catch! What a great catch from the experienced Swanepoel. Horton bowl, and I think that basically has undone the ambitions of the Badgers to win by a bonus point. Great catch by Swanepoel.
Great take there by Swanepoel. Didn't have a lot of time to react. Hit hard back at him. Stuck out his right hand and completes the catch. There's still 8 more runs to win.
To ensure a bonus point victory. Engelbrecht on strike. Swanepoel. Oh, what a ball! What a great catch! What a great catch!
Swanepoel completes. Beautiful catch to get rid of him.
Compliments to the season campaigner Swanepoel.
Out into the middle, Liam Elder joins Carl Jacobs. There's 3 more balls left in this over. We'll still be chasing that bonus point. 8 runs to win.
Oh, that's 4. It's a magnificent shot from Elder, taking the score to 121. They need 4 runs from this, the last ball of over number 16, to win by a bonus point. There's 2 balls left. Liam Elder, your beauty. Oh, that's 4. It's a magnificent shot from Elder, taking the score. Yeah, the news is that Michael Copeland has been dismissed. 106 for 7. Limpopo Impala on the verge of their maiden victory of the season. Swanepoel to Elder. Across the line. They will only pick up a single. So it's a pretty simple equation. Engelbrecht needs, or Carl Jacobs needs, to hit a boundary with the last ball of this over to ensure a bonus point victory for the men in green. The home side, the Garnwood Badgers. Well, they bowled so well today. I think this is where the foundation was laid.
That bowling inning gave them an opportunity to be able to chase this bonus point.
Comes down the wicket. Well bowled Aubrey Swanepoel. So the news is that the Badgers will not win by a bonus point. The score 122 for 5. And we've got 4 more overs to go. I think that's a formality from now on. And good fight back by Mpumalanga Rhinos to deny the bonus point.
And they've done well to deny them. There's good experience in that bowling attack. Led very well by Mo Mayat and how he's changed his bowlers around to ensure that the Garnwood Badgers do not get that bonus point.
Yeah. So the Eastern Cape and Yati in the run chase, they're now 106 for 8. So Limpopo Impala is sniffing their maiden victory of the season, and they will do the Badgers a great favour here today, as we will see in Tlabela bowling his last over. And Elder hits this one into the cricket field opposite the ground. The Badgers win by 5 wickets. A great performance here from the local side. They win the toss. They bowled well. They restrict the Mpumalanga Rhinos to 123 for 7. As we will see in Tlabela bowling his last over. And Elder hits this one into run chase. Was on target with contributions from Valley, Terblans, Richards, and later also by Carl Jacobs. The Badgers over the line win comprehensively by 5 wickets.
A well-deserved victory by the Badgers against the Rhinos. As you rightfully mentioned, the bowlers were on par today, gave them an opportunity to chase this win and win comfortably at it with 4.5 overs left in this chase. Well-deserved victory all round.
Yeah, we spoke about it earlier, Jason. I mean, you're also part of the coaching staff previously, but the bowling performance from the Badgers that we saw today was absolutely clinical.
It was right on the money. Only three wides and 1 no ball conceded. You cannot ask for anything better as a coach. That's good discipline shown by the bowling unit. And because of that, it has gotten them close, and actually not close, gotten them over the line, made it a little bit easier for their batters to chase that modest target of 125.
Yeah, the Badgers has consolidated their position, 3rd on the lock. The Limpopo Impala looks in a favourable position to do the Badgers a favour and to win. There will see the bowling figures of the Badgers earlier today. We spoke about Elder 3 for 26. Momberg, although not picking up a wicket, he was also impressive at stages. And Kubezi 1 for 27. Kelly 1 for 15. Jacobs 1 for 11. He was very good in his 3 overs. And Malife 1 for 23. So that was batting performance of the Rhinos. We spoke about the Rolfes made 42. Kathrala was in aggressive mode opening the batting. He was eventually bowled by a real japper from Banele Pele. And the Badgers, as you said, they reached the target with 4.5 overs left, just missing out on that bonus point. And they won by 5 wickets. We will be back here on air next week on Wednesday when the home side will be taking on the dangerous team of the Eastern Storm. I said it earlier today, they're very much like the French rugby team, Eastern Storm. You never know what you're going to get. Engelbrecht made 28, Terblans 27, Yasin Wali 20, and Heath Richards 19. Swanepoel, he was actually instrumental in denying the Badgers the bonus point, 2 for 14. A final word from co-commentator Jason Mashanganyi.
Well-deserved victory here by the Badgers. Mpumalanga Rhinos just could not get any momentum in their batting innings. They were stifled by great bowling and great fielding plans, and followed up by great batting as well by the Badgers to get themselves over the line. Congratulations to the home team.
Yeah, compliments to the coaching staff. Lot to say there. They won 3 out of 4 now. As I've said, they consolidate their position, third on the log, and they did their homework, properly prepare for this match against the Rhinos, who have shown glimpses of a team that can be destructive. And goodbye and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Jason, it was on that.
Thank you.
I think we were reached